So the other incarnations like Lord Nrsimha, Vaman, Kurma, others, they are always existing in their spiritual planets. And they descend. Avatar means descending. So they come down for a specific purpose and then they go back to their eternal abode. So those forms are eternal. But here we are discussing about Virat Roop. It doesn't have any existence in this spiritual world. Virat Roop is made up of all material elements. So although it's Lord's form, but it becomes manifest and unmanifest as per Lord's desire, and it doesn't exist in the spiritual world. Okay? Therefore, it is called as form, not avatar. You know?
And Prabhu, Shankaracharya also wrote some explanations on Bhagavad Gita. So at the time of these chapters 11 in universal form, how does he is explaining all this being impersonal?
Actually, universal form supports his philosophy that Lord's form is of matter. So that serves his purpose.
Okay.
But we should ask that how he managed to write Mayavad Bhashya and other chapters. That is difficult.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Prabhu, in this chapter, Dhritarashtra is also seeing the universal form, and in there it is also mentioned in verse in 26 and 27 that Dhritarashtra and his sons are getting inside you, and Arjuna is narrating this, and of course Sanjay is also narrating this. So Dhritarashtra is listening this. So what is his reaction? He's listening that his sons are getting.
See, until unless one is not having faith, he can't appreciate the presence of the Lord. Like Dhritarashtra and party already saw universal form, partial universal form, in the court when Krishna came as peace messenger. So that time also they saw the partial universal form of the Lord. But they thought it's just an illusion and magic of Krishna. They thought that Krishna is a magician, Mayavi. So they wanted to capture Krishna. So Dhritarashtra is not having that kind of faith. And see, why we say that? Because a tree is judged by its fruits. So after listening whole Bhagavad Gita, Arjun became completely surrendered onto Krishna. But Dhritarashtra was not the same. In fact, even after the battle of Kurukshetra was over, Dhritarashtra wanted to kill Bhima. You see, Krishna took all 5 Pandavas to meet Dhritarashtra after the battle was over and Yudhishthira became the king. And this Dhritarashtra wanted to embrace Bhima. But Krishna signaled Bhima not to go in the front. Rather, they put forward a statue of iron of Bhima. But when Dhritarashtra embraced this statue, he crushed it into powder. He was in such anger with Pandavas. So he heard Bhagavad Gita, Arjun also heard Bhagavad Gita, but the results were different because of the degree of faith. So yes, he is listening about this Virat Rupa, but he is not having the same feeling like Arjun is going to speak in the subsequent prayers. He is thinking, is this Krishna is just trying to put Arjun in illusion. So his thinking mentality is like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when one hears with proper consciousness, then what is the result? We can see in Arjuna's prayers. Arjuna, after seeing this universal form, Arjuna became very, very astonished. Verse 35, Sanjay Vacha. Etashrutva vachanam keshavasya kritanjalirvepa manah kiriti namaskritva bhuyo evaha krishnam sa gadgadam bhit bitha pranamya. So here Arjuna's situation has been described by Sanjay. Nishtha Mataji, can you read the translation for 35?
Yes, Krishna. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, After hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna trembled, fearfully offered obeisances with folded hands, and began startlingly to speak as follows.
So Arjuna was completely trembling. And even this one name of Arjuna is described here as Kiriti. Kiriti means one who got special kirita. Kirita means special mukut, helmet. So Arjuna got celestial helmet by Indra when Arjuna helped Indra in the battle with demons. So Arjuna was such a great warrior that he got a special helmet gifted by Indra. So he was not a coward. He has seen so many people. He has seen so many powerful people. He has seen so many illusions by demons. So he is not any ordinary person who is astonished to see simple magic. No. He was astonished because he never saw such kind of opulence before. So this Kiriti, Arjuna, who is wearing this special Kirit, helmet given by Indra, became completely astonished and trembling. He is offering his obeisances with folded hands again and again. Usha Mataji, can you read this quote?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again. And with flattering voice he began to pray, not as a friend, but as a devotee in wonder.
You see, remember when Krishna wanted Arjuna to see this universal form, he gave him divine eyes, Jnana Chakshu. No, sorry, Divya Chakshu. And previously, Arjun was having Prema Chakshu, the eyes anointed with love. So now Arjun is seeing Krishna not as his friend, but in awe and reverence. So now Arjuna's prayers, subsequent prayers, are in awe and reverence. He is not, he's praying in Adbhuta. Adbhuta means wonder. So he began to pray with that vision, with that Divya vision, with that transcendental vision, not with that vision of love. So let us see this one by one. Arjuna Uvacha. Actually, this whole Bhagavad Gita has been written by Srila Prabhupada in Bengali also, not as a text, but as a poem. So, whole Bhagavad Gita, like our Vaishnava acharyas have written Vaishnava songs in Bengali, like Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More, or Jnanilo Prema Dhan Karuna Prachur. So they are little Vaishnava songs, like say 8 paragraphs or 10 paragraphs, like that. But imagine a poem on Bhagavad Gita covering all 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada wrote a Bengali poem before going to America, and he wrote whole Gita in Bengali poem. That Vaishnava song is Prabhupada gave name Gitar Gan. So this particular section where Arjun is offering prayers, Prabhupada became very, very, what do you say, emotional. And he wrote very long songs on each verse of this chapter. So if you want to read that, I can send the document, but you must understand little basics of Bengali to relish it. Otherwise, you will just see the same, Sanskrit and Bengali same. But if somebody has little sense of Bengali, they can relish how Prabhupada is writing these Arjuna's prayers with his personal mood. And therefore, for that reason, maybe Prabhupada liked this chapter very much, because here a devotee's outlook towards Supreme Lord has been displayed. All the while, Krishna is speaking about himself, but how devotee feels about Krishna's opulence is being described in these verses. So let us read them one by one. Sachidanand Prabhu, can you read text 36?
Yes, Prabhuji. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done.
So Krishna already told in Gita that I am not partial to anyone. But those who are especially devoted to me, I am especially inclined to them. So Lord is not partial to anyone, but according to the modes. Somebody who is in the mode of goodness, he will like to be in that situation. He want to be, he would like to be abided by the laws of Supreme Lord. But somebody in the mode of passion and ignorance, they break the laws of the Supreme Lord. And then they are always afraid, especially of death. So here demons are afraid because they break the rules of the Supreme Lord. And the devotees, just by hearing Lord's name, they become happy. Prabhupada would give example of a female tiger. A female tiger carries her cubs into mouth. The cubs are not fearful, they are happy. But female tiger, when carries its prey, then the prey is gone. The prey is dead. So that is difference. The demons are fleeing here and there out of fear, whereas devotees, they are very joyful just by hearing Lord's names. Text 37, Diya Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. O Great One, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless One, God of gods, refuge of the universe. You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
So now he is saying that how I should not consider you as a ordinary demigods. No, you are not a ordinary demigod. It's not that there are so many other demigods also who have shown some special forms. Like Lord Shiva is called as Panchanan. Panchanan means one who has 5 heads. So when Lord Shiva, shows his greater form, he shows 5 heads. Even Lord Hanuman also has 5 heads. So like that, there are different demigods who can also show some opulence. But you are not among them. You are greater than Brahma. Brahma is called as creator, but you are original creator who created even Lord Brahma. So who will not offer their respectful obeisances to you? You are God of gods. You are Ananta Devesh Jagannivas. Ananta Devesh. Deva means demigods. Isha means controller of demigods. So you are even controller of demigods. And then another one is another adjective Arjuna is using is Jagannivasa. Jagannivasa. Jagat means universe. Nivas means shelter. You are the shelter of whole universe. You are the invisible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Not only that, you are the creator of this universe, the origin of Brahma and demigods, but you exist beyond this material universe also. So that way you are not part and product of this material world. Venudhari Prabhu, can you read text 38?
Hare Krishna Babuji.
Yes.
You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Hare Krishna.
So again, Arjuna is revising that how Krishna is the source of all material manifestation. And many times people, they open big projects, but they don't know what's going on in their projects. It happens. People imagine the CEO of Microsoft or Reliance or Jio or big companies, is the owner of company knowing everything about their project? They don't know everything about their project. But Krishna, Arjuna is describing that you are knower of everything also. And you are the ultimate knowable object. Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo Vedanta krit ved vid eva chaham. Krishna himself told that I am the ultimate object of the Vedas. I am to be known. Through Vedas, I am to be known. And therefore, you are the supreme shelter for all of us. And you are not material. Whole cosmic manifestation is coming from you. So, like that, Arjuna is making these wonderful prayers. Text 39, Keshava Priya Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Text 39. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, and yet again.
Now Arjuna is telling about the main material ingredients. That how these material ingredients come? They come from you, the Supreme Lord. And you are called as Parampita, Prapitamaha. Pitamaha means grandfather. Pita means father. So we all come from Manu. We all come from different Manas Putras, the sons of Brahma. So Brahma becomes grandfather of the universe, Pitamaha. But Krishna is even father of Brahma. So he is addressed here as great grandfather. You see, when Brahma committed this offense in 10th canto, where Brahma steals the cows and cowherd boys, cowherd friends of Krishna, then Brahma takes them off, and it was 1 year when Krishna takes form of all the Gopa friends and cows. We know this pastime. So when Brahma finally realizes his mistake, Brahma comes back and he begs forgiveness from Krishna. Krishna was very angry. So actually Brahma offered very nice prayers in Bhagavatam. But in Chaitanya Charitamrita, these prayers are being presented with different flavor. So Brahma tells Krishna that Krishna, father, mother doesn't take offenses of children very seriously. So I am your children, so why are you taking my offense so seriously? So then Krishna tells Brahma, I am not your father. Narayan is your father. You come from Narayan. I am not your father. Then Brahma says, no, you are the original Narayan. And Brahma establishes how Krishna is the even origin of different Purusha avatars. So here, same thing, Arjuna is also establishing. Arjuna is not saying great grandfather to be Narayan. He's saying you are great grandfather. He's pointing to Krishna. Prapitamahascha. Tvam. Tvam means you. You are the great grandfather. That means Brahma also comes from Krishna. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances 1,000 times again and again. Next, verse 40. Anupama Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes. Yes.
Prabhu, this line in this verse only, the Lord is addressed here as air, because the air is most important representation of all the demigods, being all pervasive. So what does it mean, Prabhu?
Yeah, the air is always present in all aspects of the universe. So without air, you remember the pastime of Dhruv Maharaj, where Dhruv Maharaj was doing austerity and he controlled the air inside. And as he controlled air inside, all demigods started suffocating. So air, we can stay without food for some time. We can stay without fire for some time. We can stay without water for some time. But without air, we cannot stay. So air becomes the most important aspect in this material world. So Krishna first he is addressed as air, and then other things also, Agni, Varuna, etc. Okay. Yeah.
Text 40. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything.
Why Arjun is asking, telling like this? Offering obeisances from the front, from the back, from all sides. Do you offer obeisances from the back? Generally, we offer obeisances in the front. Why is saying like that? Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So I think Prabhuji, when Arjun is like, I'm just trying to see that Arjuna's position when he saw that the form. So obviously he got in such a awe he is that he has offered his obeisances.
Okay, he went in ecstasy or in reverence. Said, okay, from front, from back. Okay. Namasita Mataji.
Prabhu, because Lord is same from all the sides. So
Yeah,
maybe.
actually, Arjun is seeing everywhere this universal form is such a gigantic form. You remember in the previous verses, he told once that I'm not able to see the beginning, middle, or end. It's such a gigantic form. So where is the front of Lord? Where is the back side? So Arjun is saying from front, back, all sides, wherever you are, my Lord, I am offering you obeisances. Because such a big form. Like when we go to Govardhan, I mean, it's such a big form of Lord that, you can offer obeisances anywhere, in the front side, back side, wherever, because such a gigantic form of the Lord. So now imagine this universal form is such a gigantic form. And also, Prabhupada writes that Arjun became very ecstatic. Now he is going into that ecstasy. And how we can say that he went into this devotional ecstasy? Because of the next two verses. You see, we have to understand that Arjun is in higher mellow of relationship. Arjun is not in Shantaras. Arjun is not in Dasiras. Arjun is in Sakhiras. So when you see Lord in a different form, you naturally miss your eternal relationship with him. So Arjun is missing that relationship of friend with Krishna, friendship with Krishna. Imagine your friend becomes the prime minister of the country and he is coming with a lot of security. In India we have Z plus security and all. By seeing him like that, you will be happy, but won't we miss that relationship of sitting with each other, eating with each other? It's different experience. So understanding Arjuna's emotions, Arjuna is now missing those moments with Krishna when he was dealing with him like his friend. And therefore he is asking forgiveness. I was dealing you like my friend, but now I see all these opulences. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti. Ajanata mahima namatvedam. Maya pramadat praneyane vapi. He's saying, oh Krishna, Sakheti matva. I thought you as my friend. And therefore, Prashabham Yaduktam, I would call you, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadav, Hey Sakheti. I would call you as Krishna, Yadav, my friend, not knowing your real glories. So please forgive me for this offense. Let us read this translation. Shrutidhar Prabhu, can you read? Text 41, 42.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses.
So sakha means saath mein kha, means eating together. So Arjun is remembering that, my lord, I have dishonored you not just by calling your names directly, but also by eating with you together, sitting on the same bed, sitting, sometimes Arjuna and Krishna would sleep like Krishna's leg on Arjuna's chest and Arjuna's leg on Krishna's chest, something like that. So they were so close to each other, and Arjuna is remembering that, my lord, I have committed all this offense, ajanata mahimanam tvedam, without knowing your glories. So this not knowing glories is not because of Maya, but out of love. Just like Mother Yashoda sometimes you always forget that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, for Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, Krishna is just their helpless son. Mother Yashoda seriously thinks that if she will not feed Krishna on time, he will die. So this is the love of Mother Yashoda. And same way, here Arjuna is expressing his love to Krishna. He's saying, without knowing your glories, I called you like, hey Krishna. So Krishna may ask that, what you will address then? My name is Krishna. Then what you will address me? So he said, no, I should have called Sri Krishna with respect. But I called you without respect, just Krishna. So this is my mistake. Then, hey Yadav. So Krishna says, yes, I am Yadav. You can address me as Yadav. Arjun said, no, you are not simple Yadav. There are so many Yadavas. But you are Yadav Pati, the Lord of the Yadavas. You are Yadav Pati. But I didn't address you like Yadav Pati. I was just calling you Yadav. And hey Sakheti. Sakha, see, friendship can happen between equals. I am not your equal. You are the Supreme Lord. How can I call you like my friend? So all these offenses I have committed because I could not understand your real glories. So please forgive me, my Lord. Sachi Maharani Mataji, can you read this quote?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Arjuna's prayers. Arjuna did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, O my friend, O Krishna, O Yadava, etc., without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord.
So generally, people in this world want to show their opulence because they want respect from others. But one who has all the opulence doesn't want to show his opulence. That is Krishna. He is the possessor of all opulences, but he doesn't want to make show of his opulence. But little creatures of this world, they want to show their opulence to get respect from others. So Lord wants this loving reciprocation from his devotees. Therefore, he doesn't want to make them feel that he's unreachable, Supreme Lord. Rather, he becomes a friend, a son, a lover of his devotees. Braja Sevaki Mataji, can you read this quote?
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhu. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten, as we can see from the behavior of Arjuna. Although Arjuna had seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna.
So our relationship with Krishna is eternal. And Arjuna is established in his eternal relationship of being friend of Krishna. So he can't forget that. Although he saw all this universal form, but still Arjuna is remembering his friendly relationship with Krishna. So that is the beautiful relationship between Krishna and Arjuna. Now let us do a small exercise. If we would be together, we would have done a drama. But since we are online, we'll just take, points from devotees. So imagine, let us consider we meet an imposter, a pseudo god, who is claiming I am God. So as we discussed in this chapter, we will naturally ask him, fine, if you are God, show me your universal form, right? Then the imposter will say, but you must have the eyes to see it, right? Like you don't have such eyes to see my universal form, therefore you are not seeing it. So then devotee may tell then, okay, give me the eyes as you gave to Arjun. Krishna gave divine eyes to Arjun. So you also give me the eyes. Then I will see your universal form. Then this imposter may say, first you must surrender like Arjun. See, Arjun surrendered. Then Krishna gave him eyes to see the universal form. So why don't you first surrender to me, follow me, and then I will give you eyes? What will devotee reply? Any thoughts? What should devotee reply to such an impostor? Yes, Sachidananda Prabhu.
Prabhuji, maybe we can tell him that, okay, we surrender to Krishna, and if you are God, then consider it that we have surrendered unto you.
First,
I mean, can we say, for instance, that, okay, we have surrendered to, we as devotee, we have surrendered to Krishna, we have surrendered unto God, okay? So if you are also God, because there is only one God, right? So if you surrender to Krishna and you are claiming to be God, then we have also surrendered unto you. So now give me the divine eyes.
yeah, that's also a good logic. That scriptures say Krishna is God. You are claiming you are also God. Now God is one. So we have surrendered to Krishna already. So why do we need to surrender to you separately? You can just show us the universal form. Okay, nice logic. Namrasita Mataji.
Prabhu, I'm just trying maybe. The knowledge which Krishna gave to Arjun made him surrender to Krishna. So it was so similarly the devotee can say that the knowledge given by you should make me that much convinced that I surrender to you.
But if he convinces you, then you will surrender to him. That's what these pseudo gods do. They speak such complicated language that people tend to get convinced and they start following him. So we should not give this logic, otherwise they will convince us and he will take us with him. Yes, Arun Charan Prabhu. Yeah, we can't hear you. Arun Charan Prabhu. Okay, we'll come back to you, Prabhu. Huh? Let's take from Saurabh Prabhu. Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, okay, I am speaking to Sachimaran is login.
Okay, okay.
So there is one understanding that we can also understand that earlier, as we understand that Arjun did not say that, okay, I totally surrender unto you. He says that at the very last that, okay, now I'm convinced and I follow as you say. But here, Krishna, just to clarify the doubts of Arjun, and just out of mercy, he shows his universal form. So we can quote this saying that, yeah.
You see, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Guru in 2.7. Shishyasteham Shadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. Not that he accepted him as God. Now, in 11th chapter, Arjuna is accepting as God. So it's not that Arjun, before only hearing Bhagavad Gita, accepted as God. No. He told Krishna, Shishyasteham Shadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. So yes, you can be my spiritual teacher, but I can't accept you as God. And I accept you as spiritual teacher also when you give me bona fide knowledge like Arjuna got from Krishna. But if you really want to be God, then Arjuna asked straightforward. Like in 4th chapter, he asked straight that you are my friend and Vivaswan was millions of years ago. How did you give knowledge to Vivaswan? It's not, it's like direct inquiry. In 11th chapter, again, Krishna's direct inquiry Arjun made that can you show me your universal form? I want to see your opulences. So like that, if a person is making direct inquiry, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime also, he showed his universal form. Not that, he waited for somebody to become a perfect pure devotee and then he showed. No. He showed it to Sarvam Bhattacharya, who was not a surrendered soul. In fact, after seeing the 600 form of Lord Chaitanya, then Sarvam Bhattacharya surrendered. So it's like, it should not be a condition that you first surrender, then I will show you my universal form. No, that's not a logic. So like that, a devotee should save himself from such pseudo incarnations. So after that, when Arjuna makes this prayer, then he offers some more prayers in subsequent verses. Verse 43. Okay, let me project that. Yes. Chetan Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation, of the moving and the non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power?
So he is making further prayers that you are the supreme worshipable object, you are the supreme spiritual master, you are the source of all moving and non-moving. No one can be greater than you. And you see, many other religions, they criticize the Sanatan Dharma by saying that you have so many gods. You also don't know how many gods you have. But it's not true. It's because we are not reading our scriptures. You see, Bhagavad Gita clearly saying that no one is greater than Krishna. And other scriptures also support that explanations. Srimad Bhagavatam supports, other Vedas supports. Srila Prabhupada gave so many references in Bhagavad Gita from so many other scriptures. So it's just matter of reading our scriptures and there should not be any confusion. Yes, Bharat Krishna Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I did not understand, that devotee as regards to the universal form. I just want to go back. Could you just,
Yeah, about that logic, that debate?
Yeah.
So see, that person, that pseudo incarnation, was expecting that you surrender like Arjun to me, and then I will show you the universal form. But Arjuna's surrender was not blind surrender. His surrender was with intelligence. You see, it's not that Krishna was going, telling something and Arjuna was saying yes. No. Throughout Gita, Arjuna was asking questions. So his surrender was with intelligence. Like in 4th chapter, I was telling the example. Krishna told that I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan millions of years ago. Arjuna didn't just accept, yes, you must have given. No. He asked that you are born, you just like me, we are friends, same age. Vivaswan is there from millions of years. So how did you manage to give him the knowledge? Similarly, 10th chapter, Krishna speaks about his opulences. Then Arjuna asks, I want to see those opulences. So his surrender is not blind faith. Their person is expecting blind faith. He's saying, oh, it's just a matter of debate he is making. That, okay, you surrender, then I will show you universal form. The person knows if this person surrenders to me with blind faith, I can just, manage to make him my follower. And if he doesn't surrender, I will manage to escape out and I don't need to show my universal form. Therefore, he is giving that logic. But Arjuna's surrender is with intelligence. So that was the discussion.
But again, I mean, just to hear, when Arjuna surrendered into 7,
yes,
Krishna never asked him to surrender.
Right. Yeah, that is another aspect.
Yeah, he never asked him because Krishna, it's, I mean, giving you the knowledge, it's up to you to surrender. But, he doesn't force anyone to surrender.
Exactly.
Okay.
He does that in the end of Bhagavad Gita. But before, see, Arjuna is not accepting Krishna as God in second chapter. In second chapter, he's accepting him as Guru. Shishyas teham shadimam tam prapanna. So that surrender is to a teacher. And then eventually when he understands the position of Krishna, then he surrenders to Krishna like Param Dhama, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhava. So that comes later. But previously he surrenders like a teacher seeking help from Krishna. Right.
And he was satisfied with the explanation being given by
Yes.
Krishna all along.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So like that, Arjun was convinced of what he's saying, and now he's again asking the forgiveness. Kripalu Keshwari Mataji, can you read this translation? Okay. Rasamrit Prabhu, you read.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanat Pranam Desha Prabhu. Krishna dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Text 44. You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. This I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, O friend, a friend, the impertinence of a friend or a husband, the familiarity of his wife. Please tolerate the wrongs I have done to you. I may have done to you.
Arjuna is giving some examples and asking forgiveness. Like, my dear Lord, just like father tolerates the impudence of his son, the son is dependent on the father, then also son makes mistakes, but father tolerates it. A friend tolerates the mistakes of his another friend. A husband tolerates the familiarity of his wife. So all these examples are given on a personal note. See, Arjuna is trying to establish personal relationship with the Lord. He's not very happy to see Lord, universal form, just worshipping some Nirakar, some unmanifested form, which you can't make relationship with. No. Arjuna want to reestablish, revive his sakhatva, sakha, his friendship. And therefore he's focusing on personal relationship. That yes, Krishna, I'm your friend, I'm your personal friend. So I may have made all these mistakes of not realizing your opulence, but please forgive me. So like that, he is requesting for forgiveness. Yeah. Bhutwa Prabhu, can you read?
After seeing the universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as a personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe.
So see, now missing his personal relationship with the Lord, missing his old friend, Arjuna is requesting enough of this universal form. I'm very disturbed. I'm happy that you shown me this opulences, but I'm quite disturbed. I'm fearful of this form. So please reveal again your original form. Darashya Deva Rupam, your original form. Which Rupam? Which form? Devesha Jagannivasa, that particular form who is the shelter of whole universe. That form which is the Lord of all lords. That form you show me again. I want to see your two-handed form again. So like that, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to come back to his original form. Text 46. Sudevi Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Thank you.
So Arjuna wanted to see Krishna's universal form before this chapter, I mean the 5th verse of this chapter. But now he understood about the opulences of Krishna in the material world. And now he wants to see the personal feature of the Lord. So he's requesting to show four-handed form. This also establishes that Krishna is the source of Narayan, because he can show four-handed form also. Whereas there are so many instances where the two-handed form devotees were not impressed by Narayan. We will discuss this in the next slide. But the point is, Krishna is also the source of universal form, and he is also the source of four-handed Narayan. Let's read this quote. Jagatambika Mataji.
He is now asking to see the form of Narayan, its spiritual form. This verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all other features originate from him.
So here, Krishna is also the source of the Narayana form, and it establishes that how is the original form two-handed form. Like we have seen many examples, like when in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Ashwatthama was captured, Bhima wanted to kill Ashwatthama, and he was telling Arjuna, kill this rascal, he killed our children, just kill Ashwatthama. But Draupadi wanted to save Ashwatthama. Draupadi's point was, okay, he did such a big disaster, but he is son of our teacher. How can we kill him? I don't want Kripi, mother of Ashwatthama, to suffer like me. So now Draupadi is telling to stop, to save Ashwatthama, or Bhima wants to kill Ashwatthama. Now Krishna, how to manage both of them? Krishna took out 4 arms. With 2 arms, he is stopping Draupadi, and from 2 arms, he is stopping Bhima. So there, in that verse, in first canto, Krishna has been addressed as Chaturbhujam. Another time when Krishna is in Rasa Leela, in that Rasa Leela, Krishna disappears, and all gopis are searching for Krishna. In the meanwhile, Krishna tries to cheat the gopis. He wants to test the gopis. So he comes in front of gopis in four-handed form, in form of Narayan. So what gopis do? They offer respects to Narayan, and they asked Narayan, did you see our Krishna? And then they walk off. So there also, they were not impressed by 400 form of Krishna. And then when Srimati Radharani came, then in front of Radharani, Krishna could not hold that form of Narayan. And then he again came back in the 200 form. So that also has been described. Like that, to Rukmani also Krishna showed 400 form that comes in 10th canto. So it establishes again and again how he comes in his 400 form as per the need, and Krishna is the source of that 400 form of Narayana also. Okay. Next verse, let me project it. Can you see the screen? Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanuprab.
Yes.
No, I wanted to read the verse. I raised hand for
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, sorry. Yes, please.
uh, Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, happily I have shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence.
So now Krishna has heard the prayers of Arjun, and he said that Arjun, I have shown my potencies, my universal form within this material world. I have shown all the opulences. And as Krishna already told before, that no one has seen this unlimited opulences in one place before. So Krishna reminds Arjun of that fortune. Text 48. Who will read? Moksharupi Prabhu, can you read?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. O best of Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances, can I be seen in this form in the material world.
So we have seen the similar verse in the previous chapter, where Krishna told that not by all these activities mentioned in the Vedas, you can attain my devotional service now. Rather, by practicing devotional service, one gets results of all these pious activities, charity, sacrifices, study of Vedas, everything. In reverse is possible, but not that by doing all this you can understand me or approach me or even see my universal form. So that again Krishna is telling. And now Krishna is giving him one special blessing. Usha Mataji, can you read text 49?
You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire.
So now Krishna is blessing him with the form which he desired to see. As we remember, he wanted to first see the 400 form, and then Krishna is blessing him with that. Sanjay Vacha. So now Sanjay is telling what exactly happened there. Amal Arjun Prabhu, can you read text 50?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
So here the word which is used is Somme Rupa. You can mark that word in text 50, last line, middle two words. Somme Vapu. Vapu means form. Somme means beautiful form. So after showing the universal form which was instigating fear in Arjun, then Krishna showed 400 form as per the request of Arjun. And then he came back to his 200 form, which is described here as Somme Vapu. Very beautiful form. Because here, Bhutva Puna Swayam Vapur Mahatma. Here Krishna wants to establish that how he his two-handed form is actually the source of all the incarnations, all the universal forms which he showed in the past, and also the four-handed form. So after seeing this two-handed form, now what was Arjun's reaction? That is also very important. So text 51. Yashodanandan Prabhu, can you read? Text 51.
Bro, can you just...
Yes, on the screen.
When Arjuna just saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "O Janardana, seeing this human-like form so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind and I am restored to my original nature."
So after seeing universal form, what was Arjun's reaction? He was very fearful. But now what is his reaction? After he saw Krishna in his original form, Manusham Rupam, what happened? He is very composed in his mind and he is very peaceful. There are two reasons. One is the universal form was, very vast and very gigantic, and the two-handed form is very beautiful. That is one reason. Another reason is Arjun was having difficulty in establishing relationship with universal form. See, when you feel comfortable, when you have relationship with somebody, so here Arjun can see back, his friend is back, and he can feel that connection with Krishna and his two-handed form. So he is very peaceful seeing this form. Now, Krishna is summarizing the whole episode. These last three verses, are actually the life of this chapter. So let's read them very carefully. Vyasdev Prabhu, are you there? Okay. Namrasita Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear."
Which form? Krishna is not saying that form, universal form. He's saying Sudur Darsham Idam Rupam. Idam means this form. Which form? Already described in the previous verses. Two-handed form, Somya Rupam. So the form which Krishna is showing to Arjun now, Krishna is saying this form is very, very rare. Even demigods wish to see this two-handed form, which you are seeing currently. So Krishna is re-establishing the fact that his two-handed form is even rarest to the demigods. And how one can understand this form? Text 53. First Krishna is saying how one cannot understand, one cannot see, and then he will tell how one can see. Before that, Saurabh Prabhu. Hand raised.
Sorry, no, it was earlier.
Okay. Amal Arjun Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, this
Yes.
doubt I have had for many years. Maybe I should ask now. I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but because Arjuna has been dealing with Krishna in his two-handed form. So after seeing the Virat Roop, he gets perplexed, he gets worried, he gets bewildered, etc. And then why he should ask for the four-handed form? Okay, it may be to establish that he is the one who is the source of Narayana. But from a Sakka viewpoint, he could have asked for a two-handed form, no, Prabhuji. So can you please throw some light on that?
See, the whole purpose of this Bhagavad Gita is not Arjun. It's through Arjun, he wants to help others. So therefore, if Arjun will just ask about universal form and then the Krishna, then that doubt will always remain that, oh, Narayan is source of Krishna, which is common misunderstanding between people. But Arjun is helping us to eradicate that misconception also. that no, Krishna can make 400 form, as he did in many other places. So, for helping us to understand that, Arjuna asked for this 400 form.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a very nice clarification. Thank you.
So, Namrasita Mataji, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhu. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am.
So, it's not that by our study of the Vedas, or by serious penances, or by charity, or by worship, we can just force Krishna to show his form. No. These processes may help, but it's not that these processes will force Krishna to show himself. On the other hand, you see demigod worship. Demigods are bound to give benediction to their worshippers. Like Brahma had to come and give boon to Hiranyakashipu. They're bound to give benefits to their worshippers. But Lord is Adokshaja. Adokshaja means he's not bound to all this material approach. So these processes may help us in devotional service, but we should have understanding clear that Lord will reveal himself. Then only we can understand him, we can see him, and we can worship him. Now, what is that process which attracts that mercy? This verse is a very important verse. You can mark this verse, verse 54. Bhaktya tu ananna shakya aham evam vidorjuna gyatum drishtum cha tatattvena pravishtum cha parantapa. Again, Krishna is glorifying the process of devotional service. Okay, who will read? Sashti Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My dear Arjuna, by undivided devotional service cannot be understood I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding.
Only by bhakti. Bhakti, and that too not mixed bhakti. Ananya shakya. Ananya means without karma, without jnana, without fruitive activities, without speculative knowledge. Ananya, we have heard this word many times. Ananya means without any adulteration. Pure devotional service. And what you will get after doing pure devotional service? Aham evam vidorjuna, as I am. You will understand me in tattva, in fact. So to understand Krishna as he is, we can't take help of other processes. See, on the strength of our senses, we can't understand what's going on in the next room. We are so limited. How we can understand the Supreme Lord? Only by bhakti, only by surrendering. Then only it attracts the mercy of Krishna, and Krishna reveals himself to the devotees. And what is that bhakti has been described in the next verse. Krishna is describing the practical process of devotional service. Okay. Jagatambika Mataji, can you read this? Text 55.
My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me.
So very important verse. Although Krishna has told about the devotional service, but what is the practical aspects of devotional service? They are being described here. Devotional service is not just imaginative ecstasy, just a speculative thinking or emotional feeling. No. What Krishna is describing here. First, mat karma krin. Karma means activities. So we have to do activities for the pleasure of Krishna. Krishna karma. Krishnera sansara karo chhadi anachar. Means we have to do various activities, like somebody may be doing business, building a temple, cleaning temple, cultivating gardens, etc. But the result should be for Krishna. Mat karma krim. We are devotees working for Krishna. Actually, not just results are for Krishna. Even the activity itself is devotional service. Because his consciousness is, I am working for Krishna. Like we have this example of Krishna Balaram temple. When Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan was under construction, the devotee in charge was wondering that what I am doing here. In Vrindavan, I am supposed to just chant Radharani's name, Krishna's name. And here I am counting the bags of cement. So he asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what is this? Prabhupada said, this counting of cement is as good as chanting of holy name. In the same way, mat karma krin, we have to understand that serving Krishna is very, very important. Some practical service to Krishna, practical service to Guru and his mission. Then mat paramo. Paramo means highest. So considering the devotional service, considering the association of devotees, considering the service to Krishna to be highest perfection of life. That means that devotee will not be satisfied in any sense gratification. That devotee will not be satisfied in any allurements of yogic perfections. That devotee will not be satisfied with option of merging into the Brahmajyoti effulgence. No. He will only consider only Krishna, nothing else. He understands that Krishna's service, Krishna's association is the highest perfection. The next, Mad Bhakto means Navada Bhakti, 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevam. The 9 processes starting with hearing and chanting. And Prabhupada would say that if somebody cannot practice all 9 of them, at least he should perfect one of them. At least one of them. And the best and easiest is hearing and chanting. So Mad Bhakta. Then next, Sangha Varjita. This is also very important. It's not that I will take to the process of Krishna consciousness also and I will associate with non-devotees also. No. One should not associate with non-devotees. We may work with them, we may be around them, but taking association means taking their consciousness. So we should not associate with them. Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanabritam. No other desires other than serving Krishna. These are the attributes of pure devotional service. And then last is Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu. He is non-envious. Highest benefit one can render to human society is revealing the process of Krishna consciousness. So this is the Nirvairi. If you're really non-envious, then you will help person to come out of his ignorance. So like that, these 5 aspects. First is Mat Karma Krim, serving Krishna practically. Mat Paramo, understanding Krishna's devotional service to be supreme. Mat Bhakta means the 9 processes of devotional service. Sangha Varjita, not associating with the envious and rebellious people. And Nirvaira, from devotee's side, he is not envious to anyone and he tries to help everybody by sharing Krishna consciousness. So like that, Krishna shows the universal form, and then Krishna also summarizes that this particular 200 form which you are saying is rarest, and the only way you can see it is through devotional service. And Krishna is also describing the 5 attributes of devotional service. Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, here Prabhupada is writing Nirviraha. That means without an enemy?
Yes.
But in
Very
that,
means, see, Vary means being envious. And vary means also to be enemy. So devotee is not envious to anyone, he is not enemy to anyone. So that is the main thing. And how you are not enemy to anyone? When you are helping everyone. So the meaning is devotee preaches Krishna consciousness. He wants to relieve everyone from their distress. If you want somebody to suffer, that means you are his enemy. So people in this world are suffering, not practicing Krishna consciousness. So if devotee is not preaching, that means also he is his enemy. So that is another, extended meaning we can understand.
But Prabhuji, I just wanted to know, like for example, in this context where Arjuna and Duryodhana is fighting, and they both are
Yeah.
enemies each other. Arjuna feels that Duryodhana is enemy, and Duryodhana feels that Arjuna is
No,
enemy. Arjuna
no.
feels so Arjuna is not feeling Duryodhana as an enemy, but as an as a
Like say a doctor is piercing the patient with a knife, and a thief is piercing somebody with a knife. It's different. Here Arjuna is doing on instruction of Krishna. He is not doing out of animosity. Whereas Duryodhana is fighting out of animosity. So there is difference. Okay.
So that means a devotee should not have an enemy in any cause. I mean, like if another person is not good to a devotee, and
No, yeah. See, here we have to understand Krishna is talking about bhaktya tu ananya shakya, pure devotional service. A pure devotee is ajat shatru. He never considered anybody to be his enemy. So that is the symptom of a pure devotee.
But
Maybe
a pure devotee may may have to fight for the religious things. Then
he
then
may have
also
to
is that
fight. He may have to fight on the instruction of Krishna. That is not due to animosity. That is due to instruction of Krishna. See, we have to understand that like soldiers are fighting on the border of a country. Tomorrow, if Indian government and Pakistan government, they become friends, then will soldiers still fight? No, I don't like Pakistan, I'll still fight. No. The soldiers are fighting because government instructed them to fight. They should not have any personal animosity. In the same way, Arjuna is fighting on the instruction of Krishna. It's not that he is having that feeling of course. Otherwise, why he's crying in the first chapter? He's ready to leave everything and go in the forest. But then here, because Krishna instructed, he is fighting. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. But normally in our means like in our lives, which we are not so much devotional as Arjuna is. So Krishna's words will means Krishna's they would be Krishna will not tell us to come, because I'm saying this for me, that if I have to, if it's something wrong is happening, I may have to fight, but how can I take that decision I have to fight or not? Because Krishna is not there to tell me. So how can I take that decision?
See, we can understand it with two aspects. First is we have to understand we are not pure devotees. We have to understand, we are in bodily conscious and we are trying to improve. So this instruction of Ananya Bhakti is our goal. We are in practicing stage, we are not in perfected stage. And second thing, as you asked how I'll come to know, we should ask with Krishna's representatives. There the role of Guru comes. The Guru is just repeating the words of Krishna. So we should have our devotees who are guiding us, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and they will tell us what we are supposed to do. Okay?
Sure. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Varat Krishna Prabhu, you want to add something?
Yeah. I was in a class today, and the issue came that how did we fall? We were in the spiritual sky, on the spiritual world, and then we left the spiritual world and came here, and that this is our free will which we have exercised to be envious to Krishna. Is it correct?
That's what Prabhupada said.
I mean,
Prabhupada said, look, how that envy came in the spiritual world, how we came to this world, let us not think much about it. Whenever it was asked to Prabhupada, he told like that. He said, when you'll go back, then you'll understand how envy came. So, so if Prabhupada left it up to that, I mean, we don't have much explanation.
All right. Yeah, but there is no scriptural, verses which describe this.
See, like in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is description of how Jai Vijay became materially influenced when they saw four Kumaras. You know, they were bodily conscious. They said, how these children are roaming around naked here. You can't enter into. Now we can say how Jai Vijay, they are standing in a spiritual world and they can have material outlook. It's possible. And then four Kumaras, they became angry. And they cursed Jai and Vijay. So how they became angry? So I mean, there are possibilities, you know. So how to understand this? When we go back there, we can understand. Maybe we can ask Krishna that how we became envious. Krishna can clarify that.
Okay.
But yes, in scriptures there are instances where these anarthas were displayed even in the spiritual world, like we quoted from third canto, like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Namra Sita Mataji.
Prabhu, regarding the soldiers you were mentioning, like when they are fighting for the country, so is it like do they do not get any karma for killing the soldiers?
You see, like they may not get karma for killing the soldiers, but they are serving the sinful government, so they will get their karma. See, government is not fighting for dharma. You know, here the countries are not fighting dharma kshetra, kurukshetra. They are fighting for their sense gratification. So why they should not get karma? So I mean, when you're working on behalf of somebody, yes, he holds the responsibility, but he also partake the sin because you are serving a sinful government. So
Prabhu, but then they are protecting their land. So it is in Bhagavad Gita mentioned na, that
it's whose land? It's Krishna's land. Is Pakistan not Krishna's land? It should be protected for dharma. It's not that just my land, your land, no. Suppose in America, everyone becomes devotee. And in India, everybody becomes non-devotee. Then where we would like to go? America or India? No, it's my land. I'll stay here only. No devotee, it's fine. No. It's dharma kshetre kurukshetre. It's fight for religion. It's fight for dharma. It's not fight for a piece of land.
So, Prabhu, if the borders are left like that, then people will penetrate inside the country and they will create havoc and they will,
People are already doing havoc if they are inside. Real havoc is pollution of consciousness.
It's within us.
If we have to understand that main thing which we have to guard is our consciousness. If people are trained in Krishna consciousness, we don't need boundaries. We don't need boundaries. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Whole world is one family. But why we have boundaries? Because you see, all are cheaters. All are wanting their sense gratification. So they want their own area. And if you encroach on their area, they will fight. But if everybody wants to serve each other, then why we need boundaries? We don't need boundaries. So the best thing we have to work is on the consciousness of people.
But for the present scenario, if we see, it is not possible to make everyone Krishna conscious, and it is also important to protect the bound.
It will happen. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, it's bound to happen. And it's happening. Like I visited Vrindavan maybe 6 months back, and I saw one couple. I asked them, from where you are? Husband said, I am from Russia. Wife said, I am from Ukraine. I was saying that there is war going on between Ukraine and Russia. But here husband and wife sitting together in Sanatan Goswami Samadhi chanting. So it's possible. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Prithvite Ache Jata Nagar Adi Gram, Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Marana. It will happen. As Mahaprabhu told, Supreme Personality of Godhead, his words cannot go in vain. And when everybody will become devotee, then why we need all these boundaries and immigrations and visas and armies? We don't need all this.
So, Prabhu, these soldiers, they are committing sin and they are giving their lives for that, and they are not even aware.
What to speak of soldiers? Even so-called priest in temple is also committing sin. He's not following scriptures. So they are bound to commit sin. Even breathing is a sin if you are not Krishna conscious. Everything is, eating is sin. Krishna tells in Gita, you are eating sin. Bhujante te agam papam. Even eating is sin. What to talk about, fighting for some sinful countries? So it's sin. Okay. Vyasdev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, on the same discussion, we were talking about Chatus Kumar and Jai Vijay falling into this kind of situation where they got angry and this kind of situation. Even at that position, if this is happening, so can we take it as like Krishna's will? Wherever, if this kind of thing happening, it was Krishna's arrangement that they can come to in different Leela and do these things.
You see, in case of Jai Vijay, definitely it was Krishna's will. But I am saying even in that case, there are instances when these anarthas were seen in a spiritual world. So it's not that we may not get envy in a spiritual world at all, because some people claim that no, jivas can't fall from a spiritual world. But Prabhupada did say again and again, we came from a spiritual world because we were envious of Krishna. Now, how we were envious of Krishna, Prabhupada told, we can't understand from here. You have to go back and understand. So there must be some scriptural explanation to it. We have to explore it more. But at least in Prabhupada books and conversations, we get this much. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So
thank you,
let's meet tomorrow. And I'm hearing the wonderful realizations of devotees. And please, those who have not sent, they can also send on the group. It's a nice way to exercise and remember, be grateful to Krishna's mercy in our life.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Arun Charan Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you were speaking about the Shastric reference, and
yes.
I remember one lecture I was listening of His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj.
Yes.
And he was quoting Bhakti Thakur, and in that scripture, Bhakti Thakur has actually explained that the jiva was actually never in the spiritual kingdom, and neither, he only said that Prabhupada had never explained it like this, that we were in the spiritual kingdom and from there the jiva has suffered fall down. It is not like that. The jiva is said to be marginal or tatastha energy.
It's actually controversial. Gaur Govind Maharaj explained that way, but other GBC members published a book that we fall from a spiritual world. And it's little controversial because there are many viewpoints. So let's not go into these controversies. But let us understand that, how we got deceased is not important. Now, how to cure the disease is more important.
Yes.
We went to the doctor. Doctor knows that we have malaria. Now, he's not going to find out which mosquito, has bitten us. And then, he will start treating us. Let's start taking medicine for the malaria. So it's little controversial. Different sannyasis have different opinions. Therefore, I was trying to avoid it. But let us, try to focus on how to go back. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Jai.